Hello and welcome to another update on Render. Just a quick update here on this altcoin chart. The price is still in let's say, in a situation in which we could get an upside breakout. For example, in this 5-wave move that you can see here in orange, the market might form this diagonal pattern, wave 1 to the upside, and then it's possible the wave 2 bottomed. We're now in a third wave, which should be an ABC structure. And then we could get a wave 4 and a wave 5. So this would be a possible 5-wave move to the upside that could form from here. It's just important to understand that it would likely just be or only be a diagonal pattern. So we're not dealing with any impulse structures here. So that means the structure can easily change. There is a high chance of failure or things breaking down or anyway, just a situation that we're basically just in a situation in which things can easily change. And that is always the case whenever we are dealing with those kind of diagonal structures. The market is not moving in impulses, and that's quite easy to spot because, let me remove that. Because the initial rally from the Sunday, 22nd of June low was only a 3-wave move to the upside. So we're really just dealing here with corrective structures in the subwaves, very corrective looking structures in the relevant subwaves. And with only 3 waves up initially, we have to assume that also, for example, a third wave would be a 3-wave move up. That's why I've labeled this ABC now. Which means that the nearest support area we can watch here at the moment is located between $3.11 and $3.26. So we are currently approaching this area. We're currently approaching this Fibonacci area, and it's entirely possible that at least a local price top has formed. If I zoom in a bit, you can see that. It would be important now that we hold above the 1st of July low. This looks like a micro 5-wave move up, so it could absolutely be the A wave of the third wave. So any pullback should ideally hold support here between this area and this area. Ideally, right? The invalidation point is the 1st of July low. So that's at $3.03. But ideally, if this is indeed a B wave pullback and we're in an uptrend, maybe in a diagonal pattern, then we would like to see the price hold Fibonacci support in this area between $3.11 and $3.26. For now, you can see we're holding support, but again, there is no low at this point. We're simply approaching support, you could say. And any impulsive reaction to this area and a break above the A wave high at $3.43 would suggest a low is in, and we might be in a direct breakout in wave C of 3. Now, alternatively, another scenario that is possible is a broader diagonal pattern in which, for example, we're simply working here on an A, B, C structure, so a 3-wave move up, and wave 1 is a 3-wave move. That would also be a diagonal, because then we would get a wave 2 in a 3-wave move, a wave 3 in a 3-wave move, and it would go higher like that, but in very choppy and messy ways. So it is not anything particularly that I would expect to play out, because this is simply some kind of an alternative scenario that would tell us how the market might also, in a just slightly different variation of the diagonal, move higher. I wouldn't worry so much about this scenario as long as we're holding the upper support area. So basically, as long as we're holding that $3.11 level, we could at least watch the diagonal structure there. But please note that this is not a high probability scenario overall, because all the rallies have been corrective in nature. So it is very much possible that we even test the lower support area. You could say this here is upper micro support. And for any deeper pullback, the price needs to hold above $2.74. Any break below that will likely lead to invalidation, and the market will need to attempt another low, need to attempt to form another low later, right? But again, this is now an opportunity for the bulls to turn the ship around and to start a rally, which could then eventually take the price higher above this swing high from the 12th of May, and eventually, obviously, much higher also then above the high from December, and we could move towards the $20 area. But when zoomed out, you see that everything that happened down here is pretty meaningless for now, so there needs to be a little bit more action. That's the update on Render. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.